You thought I forgot, but it's mail time discussions. Real quick one. We're going to talk about prayer and intercession. First off, I'll just say, do it. Do more of it. We've been having what we call prayer rooms 3 days a week at our base, and that has been awesome. It looks like starting with some worship, and then we transition into intercession, which I'll give you a definition for. This isn't like a textbook definition, but intercession is basically prayer for things and situations outside of yourself. Jesus does this ministry. It says he sits at the right hand of the Father and intercedes for us. So it's only natural that we would do the same things when we see needs in other people and other places. So that's intercession, just a fancy word to say praying for someone else. And bigger, broader stroke, prayer in general is at its core communing with God. Maybe a fancy way of saying just being with or talking with him, but it is so much deeper than just saying stuff to the air. Prayer and communing with God is super powerful because he listens. An important thing that Jesus also specifically says is that he does not listen simply because we say a lot of stuff. He specifically refers to it as vain repetitions. Don't hear me saying that a prescribed prayer is like wrong or evil. There are times where pray something like the Lord's Prayer because it has been prescribed. He said this is how you should pray, and it just helps me communicate all the things that are actually worth communicating and not just spewing my mind senselessly. But God does have patience for the senseless spew. What I am saying is he doesn't hear you more because you repeat the same thing over and over and over again. That's actually a practice that these strictly religious people were doing, or people who don't know God. He's personal, he's close, he loves you, he wants to hear from you. In the book of James, he says that the prayers of a righteous person are effective. And in the Psalms, David actually talks about the wickedness of the individual getting in the way of God hearing from our prayers. So if you haven't dove into prayer before, do it. Just spend some time with Jesus. You know that you're living in sin in different areas. Confess, repent, and start praying and see some righteousness and effectiveness coming from your prayers. There's tons more to say and read and experience about it, but I will leave you with that for simplicity's sake. So go dig in your prayer closet. Don't worry about trying to impress anybody. Just talk with God. And you know what? Actually, maybe the most important thing is sit and listen. Prayer is not just you talking into the air, like I said. God speaks. Listen.